Hi everyone, I'm here today with two of my team members for the next Fireside chat. Woo! I've got Lee and Susanna here, and we wanted to talk a little bit more about the humanitarian initiatives behind Quenchs. A lot of questions have been coming in around this. It's a topic that the whole team are really passionate about, so yeah, we wanted to share a bit more with you here. Lee, maybe you can lead us in and talk to us a little bit about the sort of the world water crisis at the moment and that topic and why it's so important for us all.
Yeah, thanks for the intro. According to the United Nations, it's, the water challenge globally, it's one of the defining challenges of the 21st century. And by 2050, over half of the world's population are going to live in water scarce regions. And what we're trying to do here at the moment with Quenchs is to make an impact on that challenge and provide access to clean, fresh water. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can you tell us a bit more about what Quenchs intends? Like, what's our mission? How do we want to solve for some of these issues?
Well, it's a big issue because it's not just small scale; it's also at large scale.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to tackle is really small scale. What we're doing with Quenchs is we're going to be, donating. We've made a massive pledge to donate 100 million units by 2027. It's a huge challenge, but and we're not talking about simply just us ourselves. We are talking with partners. We're backed by Techstars. We're also we're working on partnerships now in terms of the donations, and also with some manufacturing partners as well. So they'll play a part in terms of helping us reduce the costs. And ideally, what we're trying to do, really, this is ultimately about manufacturing, is really achieve economies of scale. So this will allow us to donate more, to produce more, and to provide and to reach more people.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you touched on something there, so around the donation strategy. Maybe Susanna, you can share with us a little bit more around the strategy we have for buy one, donate one.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I think that for our strategy, it's more important to involve as much people as possible because it's important to solve this kind of problems together because it's a worldwide problem and we need togetherness for this solution. That's why we came up with this strategy. If you buy one, we donate one. So during this campaign, and by 2027 we are aiming to reach as much people as possible to provide with devices, people who are who have lack access to fresh, clean water.
Yeah, that's so cool. And Lee, can you tell me then what happens when someone makes a donation? So how does it work?
Well, we're working at the moment with several partners. The two main ones for 2021 are an NGO called Project Magi. And they work in several countries in Africa. And there's another one also called Rapid Response based out of India. So they're the two primary NGOs that we're working with. So after we manufacture the devices before the end of this year, what we'll be doing is we'll be delivering batches of these to both Project Magi, mainly in Africa and also in India. And then they will actually deal with the distribution on the ground. So that's very important. And then we'll also get that verified. The donations will also be verified by Ernst & Young.
Okay, cool.
Independently verified, yeah, just to kind of build the credibility around what we're doing.
Yeah, nice. That's really cool. Okay, good. And then, so another question for you, Susanna, and we spoke about this before we started recording, actually. This humanitarian topic is so important to every member of the team that we have on here. Maybe you can share a little bit about, the importance and the passion that our team have towards this, and maybe what's kind of inspired you to start working on this project.
Yes, this part is one of the most inspiring things for me because I admire each and every one in a team, the devotion and the dedication to a to this idea. And I think I know this is very important, and especially for example, in history there are like all the milestone has something has a beginning, and I have a gut feeling that this is a beginning of something very big. And I think that all of us in a team think that we are doing something bigger than us,
Yeah.
and I think this is the driving power of our work.
That's really beautifully put. I like that. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And me personally, I have one thing that which is very important for me, because I know that in different communities in Africa and like in less developed countries, women and girls are the most of the population are women and girls who are risking their lives and health to have water. And I think this is a great solution. I don't say this they can use this device for the whole life, but it's a long-term solution for these people. And I think that this will affect many aspects of their lives: health, security, education, development. And I really feel very, very glad about this.
No, that's really.
And I just want, and I want to add, sorry, Laura, I want to add as well, because that's an important point. It's a systems challenge. You know, everything water underlies everything. You know, from sanitation to cooking to political stability to agriculture, everything, even manufacturing. People don't realize, but you know, if you're talking about you need water to produce almost everything. Yeah. So we're not saying that this is going to solve everything, but it's going to go a long way to helping people with no access to clean water. And you know, the minimum that someone would need is between 3 to say max 5 liters per day, you know, for mainly cooking and drinking. And this is ultimately what this device is intended to do. You know, short to medium term use. It's also used for emergency, because you know, one of the biggest challenges for you know, during a humanitarian catastrophe is how do you bring water to an affected population? And really there is no solutions at the moment. All they can do, NGOs, all they can do is really deliver bottled water. And sometimes, you know, if you've just had a hurricane or a typhoon or something, and you can't deliver, how do you deliver that? How do you deliver water to the population? So this is meant to be, and you know, we were speaking to someone about 2 weeks ago, and this is in the US. So this isn't just about, I don't particularly like using the whole developing world. I don't know what people are developing to. But in Miami, you know, they have, I spent a bit of time years ago in Miami, and they have hurricane season, where all of Miami gets flooded, you know, and it is mainly seawater, like there's rains, but it also, the question is, how do you get access to fresh water during a catastrophe like that? So again, this would be something that can be used in an emergency situation, you know, such as, you know, what happens in Miami almost on a yearly basis.
Yeah, no, it's true. So it's not just those in poverty, although definitely that's something that has been an important factor for us in making this an affordable option as well for those that are really in need. But also, as you say, in emergency circumstances, this could really be an enabler to save lives. So no, it's really great. Sorry, were you going to?
And for these situations, what I always like to say, it's like we are not giving them fish, we are giving them tools for fishing, so they can pump their own water.
Yeah, no, it's really great. Okay, good. Let's talk about some of the responses then that we've got from the community. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about how this is being received, or what's your general feeling about the response from our community so far?
Is that to me, Laura?
If you like, yeah, fire away.
Yeah, you know, the amazing thing, and some of the comments actually coming in. I mean, you know, about I'd say like over 95% of the people who come across this, and you know, the overwhelming response has been very, very positive. I mean, people are joining. You know, we're constantly getting on whether it's Facebook or Instagram, you know, well done, guys. This is, you know, the time's come for something like this. This is going to be a game changer. So, so yeah, it's. I think it kind of helps validate that we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely very, very positive.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's a really nice, it's been generally a really positive response that we've received. And I think we've tried to put in place certain frameworks that will support and maybe sort of add confidence to the fact that what we're trying to do is it's a meaningful task, but of course we want to make sure that people feel comfortable with their donations. So we have Ernst & Young that are validating it. We're working with you know, really decent NGOs, and we'll keep looking at partnering with new ones so that we can really really affect change here.
Definitely.
Cool. Really nice. Okay, anything else you guys want to say?
One thing I would like add about the team, what I really appreciate about the teamwork, that it's not a quest for success, it's a quest for making a difference. This is, I think this is very important.
Yeah.
And it's very inspiring that the project is important and very near and dear to our hearts, and we don't do this to just get a success.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's not really a money driver behind this, but rather affecting change. No, it's really beautifully put. I like that. Cool. Amazing. I think that's a good note to end on. I hope you enjoyed this fireside chat. Please keep your questions coming to us and we'll do our best to answer them. And we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.